What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my Tampa Bay Buccaneers football preview for 2016. So one of my more intriguing teams to talk about in the NFL for this coming season. Buccaneers are a team in my mind that will be rapidly improving over the next couple seasons. There's really no reason to believe why they aren't headed, or why their stock isn't up right now, where they're not headed nothing but up. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with the first of my three key players, and I'm going to start with Jameis Winston. So, Winston coming off a season where he was a Pro Bowler. I believe he was a Pro Bowler last year. Yeah. Pro Bowler is a rookie, and again, I think he's going to get even better this year. He's got a whole host of weapons to work with. Between Vincent Jackson, I think Austin Seferian-Jenkins, I don't know. I want to see him finally have that breakout year I've been expecting him to have. Like I said, Mike Evans, Vincent Jackson at wide receiver. Behind that, though, the depth does get a little bit thin at receiver. But anyway, my next key player is I was just talking about, Mike Evans. So didn't have the greatest season that you would have expected out of Mike Evans last year. Again, I hope he can take a big jump this year. I think he will. I think he will firmly assert himself as a top 15 or top 10 receiver in this league. And, you know, he's got the talent to do it. It's just a matter of time before he gets there. So moving over to the defensive side of the ball with my third key player and talking about the linebacker, Lavonte David. So, again, I'm not going to talk about the Bucs defense too much in this one, but I do think their defense is on the come up. Lavonte David, the leader really at all three levels. I believe I'm not 100% sure on this, I believe he was their leading tackler last year. But anyway, a few other names that I wanted to mention on the defensive side of the ball for the Buccaneers. Rookie Vernon Hargreaves, I think, will be an absolute stud in the NFL. I actually predicted him as my defensive rookie of the year for this year. And then also a few other names to watch out for on the defensive side of the ball. Noah Spence at defensive end. You know, I think they kind of got a steal for him in the second round. It looked like that they were even going to be taking him in the first round for a little while. And then obviously the entire defensive line's pretty good for Tampa, between William Golston, Gerald McCoy, and Robert Ayers, who they picked up from, I believe they picked him up from the Giants. They'll have a solid defensive line this year, no doubt about it. So, talk about my worst case scenario for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, 5-11, I think, would be the worst case scenario for the Bucs this year. Again, I think they are a team that is improving pretty quickly. I'd say that would end up with them at last place in the NFC South, and obviously moving in the wrong direction heading into 2017. Now, my best case scenario for the Bucs is 10-6 with a loss in the divisional round of the playoffs. I still think that the best team is the Panthers, and right now I still think the Bucs are third in the pecking order in the division, heading into the season with the Falcons in second. That's just my whole opinion on it. My overall record prediction for the Buccaneers, I think they're going to end up going 7-9 in 2016. I believe that would be a one game improvement win-wise. I really think this is a team that's just 1 year away from really being able to contend for the playoffs. I think they're kind of one piece away. I don't know why. I just feel like Doug Martin's going to be a little bit of a, I wouldn't say, definitely not a detriment to the team, but I think that he might have a little bit of a rough season in 2016 after having a very solid 2015. You know, it was a contract year for him. He finally got that new contract, and he was a guy that was kind of trending down for a couple years before he had a good season last year. So, that'll pretty much do it for my, Tampa Bay Buccaneers preview for 2016. I'll try to come back later today with my Falcons preview to close out the NFC South. Again, I was gone for the last few days, so if I was a little sparse posting videos, that was why. But anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.